Welcome back to this installment of the Reflection Series. My name is Pastor David Simpson, and today I will be discussing with you why we believe in the Holy Spirit. We say it often, don't we? I believe in the Holy Spirit. It's right there in the Apostles' Creed. But do we ever stop to ask what it really means to believe in the Holy Spirit? What does it look like to live as if the Spirit is real, active, and present? The Holy Spirit is not some abstract theological concept or an ancient relic of Christian tradition, nor is the Holy Spirit some vague force like the wind or cosmic energy that floats somewhere out there. The Holy Spirit is something much deeper, more powerful, and more personal. The Spirit is God's active presence in us. The Holy Spirit is the very breath of life, the part of God that fills every moment with possibility and every believer with power. We're talking about the Spirit that hovered over the waters in Genesis, that filled the disciples on Pentecost, recorded for us in Acts, and that continues to fill the hearts of anyone who dares to believe that God is alive and at work in the world today. But the truth is, most of us live our lives as if the Holy Spirit were more of a theory than a reality. We talk about the Spirit in abstract terms. But what if we allowed the Spirit of God's presence to change how we live, how we relate to one another, how we see our circumstances, and how we view the world? I invite you to explore 3 life-changing truths about the Holy Spirit. The Spirit is personal, transformative, and rooted in love. First, when we talk about believing in the Holy Spirit, we're not talking about some impersonal force operating behind the scenes. We're talking about God's very presence in our lives, living and breathing inside us. The Spirit is not some distant power that we have to earn access to, or some mysterious entity that we can never quite understand. No, the Holy Spirit is close. So close that Jesus called the Spirit the Comforter and the Advocate. The Spirit is God's presence with us, not just beside us, but inside us. Jesus made it clear that when the Spirit comes, He's not just coming to give us a vague feeling of warmth or some nice fuzzy sense of God's closest. No, the Spirit is here to be a guide, a counselor, and a companion. Unlike in the Old Testament, when the Spirit of God would descend upon a person for a moment or a period of time, God in the form of the Spirit is with us, walking alongside us in the mundane moments of life. The same God who spoke the universe into existence is also whispering into your heart, helping you to make decisions, offering comfort when things get hard, and filling you with courage when you feel afraid. In other words, the Spirit is not an idea. The Spirit is a relationship. And like any relationship, this relational dynamic grows deeper the more that we allow it to shape us. God is not out there somewhere waiting for us to reach Him. Through the Spirit, He is right here, right now, meeting us where we are. Secondly, if you want to know what the Holy Spirit does in your life, look at the transformation. The Spirit's work is not just a one-time event, it's a lifelong process. If you think back to your life before you encountered the Holy Spirit, you probably see that you've changed in ways that you couldn't have anticipated. This isn't some self-help project, it's the deep work of God. Paul talked about this transformation in terms of the fruit of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. This is not an exhaustive list, but it's a glimpse into what a life empowered by the Holy Spirit could look like. And here's the thing. Transformation isn't about becoming perfect. It's about becoming more like the person God created you to be. The Holy Spirit takes the broken, messy, flawed parts of us and slowly starts to make them new. This is why spiritual growth can sometimes feel like the process of trial and error. Sometimes we fall flat on our faces, but the Spirit's transforming power is there to pick us up, dust us off, and help us start again. And over time, we find that we are becoming more patient, more compassionate, and more loving than we could have ever imagined. But transformation also doesn't happen on our own. It happens in a partnership with the Spirit. We don't just sit back and wait for the Spirit to change us while we do nothing. We actively lean into God's presence, making room for the Spirit to move and obey the Spirit's prompting, even when it's hard. It's a dance of divine grace and human cooperation. And thirdly, the essence of the Holy Spirit is about love. This isn't a sentiment or a vague feeling. It's love in action. The love of God poured into our hearts, so the Spirit compels us to love others. The Spirit isn't just working in us to make us more holy and more spiritual. He does that. The Spirit also works in us to make us more loving. When we say, I believe in the Holy Spirit, we're saying, I believe that God's love is alive in me and that love is the most powerful force in the universe. This love is also radical. It's not the kind of love that stays inside a church building or in our comfort zones. No, the love of the Spirit is a love that reaches beyond boundaries, beyond our understanding, and beyond the people we naturally get along with. It's a love that reaches out to hurting individuals who feel unseen, wrestle with the pain of brokenness, and struggle to find meaning and purpose in life. And when the Spirit fills our hearts with that love, it's not something that we can keep to ourselves. We're compelled to share it, to show it, and to live it. Love is the fuel that drives everything the Spirit does. It's the love that prompts the Spirit to intercede for us when we can't find the words to pray. It's a love that empowers us to forgive when it seems impossible. It's the love that compels us to serve others, to give generously, and to live with purpose. So to wrap this up, to believe in the Holy Spirit is to believe that God is not far away, distant, or aloof. The Spirit is here, alive and active in our lives, transforming us and empowering us to love. And the most remarkable part, we get to be a part of it. The Spirit is not just something we believe in, it's someone we experience, someone who is with us, nudging us, changing us, and loving us in every step of the way. So the next time you say, I believe in the Holy Spirit, pause for a moment. Let that truth settle in. The Spirit is with you, and with the Spirit, nothing is impossible.